Hey everybody, my name is Lindsay Dube, and this is going to be my internship overview video for the ACOM 4000 class. I was a marketing communications intern for Kuhn Krause in Hutchinson, Kansas this summer. As a marketing communications intern, I was the only marketing communications intern that they had this summer, so my responsibilities were very spread out. I did a lot of different things this summer. First, I created ads for both print and on the web, but also even had the opportunity to write some radio ads for the dealers, which was a lot of fun. I got to put my creative writing to use there. I was in charge of photographing new equipment as was needed, and we would keep those for internal use in the company, but also use for future advertisements and things like that. But one of the biggest things that I did this summer, because of the coronavirus pandemic that we're in, a lot of these dealer trainings that used to happen in person in a field with the machine running in front of these people is now being done virtually. So in order to adapt to that, the company decided that they would need to create materials for those dealers virtually. So the biggest thing that I worked on this summer was going out into the field with the product managers, with the product specialists, to actually film these machines running. We would go through the quick start guide about how to set them up. We would go through a general product overview. We would do troubleshooting videos and even some drone footage of the machine running to virtually create what a dealer would have experienced pre-coronavirus, making everything virtual. So I was in charge of filming a lot of that, maintaining the audio while the presenters were speaking in the video, and working through the troubleshooting section with the product managers and making sure I captured all the right videos of the certain settings and how to kind of combat those when you're actually in the field. So along with shooting all of that footage, I was then turning around and responsible for editing those together. So I would take the audio and the video and kind of create anywhere from a 2 to 15 minute video, kind of depending on how much the product manager or product specialist had to talk about. I was also responsible for writing several articles for the company newsletter. I wrote articles about new products that were coming out, several more feature-esque question and answer style articles with different departments within Kuhn Krause. I would definitely say that the biggest area of growth for me was in the Adobe Creative Suite. I came into this internship fairly comfortable in Photoshop and InDesign, and an Illustrator, but Adobe Premiere was something that I had just started learning when we were all sent home during spring break. That wasn't really spring break. So using Premiere as much as I have this summer, I've really gotten comfortable with the program. I've created 20 videos probably by now, and it's definitely a skill that I have developed. My favorite part about my internship, aside from working in Adobe, which I just really enjoy personally, was being able to explore a different state. Being able to be out of state was a lot of fun this summer, getting to explore the area, and just a different part of the country was really unique to this experience. So that was probably my favorite part of this summer. My least favorite part was the pandemic. It made things pretty complicated for a lot of different reasons. It limited the way I could interact with my coworkers. Also, because of the pandemic, my direct supervisor, Kim, who is at very high risk for the disease, worked from home the entire summer, so I only saw her in person a handful of times. Most of our communication was via Skype or instant message, which did not come without its challenges, but I was still really grateful to have her help and experience and kind of guide me through this process. My plans for the future after this internship, I really solidified what I thought I knew, is that ACOM was something that I want to pursue. This internship really drove that home for me. I love working with the Adobe Creative Suite. I love creating, I love getting in there and being able to be creative, stuff like this. So that really solidified my path. But I think if I was to do anything differently, I would search for opportunities that have a little bit more creative flexibility. Because Kuhn Krause is such a large company, a lot of our advertising materials and branding as a whole is directed to us from the parent company in Severn, France. So while we do have some creative control, there's not a lot, which you'll find in most corporate companies. But I would just be interested to see what it was like working in a place that has just a little bit more creative freedom and what they decide to produce while still maintaining a brand identity. But overall, it was a fantastic summer. I'm glad that I could come at all given the situation of the world. I was very unsure if this would even happen, but I'm glad it did. I learned a ton, and I'm just really grateful to have had this experience.